Welcome back, my pupils. This is Gene coming to you with Reloading from the Hot Pot. Ha ha! Got some gloves on today because we're doing some wheel weight sorting. And I just want to share this with you about how I do my process. And share with you the different styles of wheel weights that there are. Now, on this little table here, a pair of cutters, I'll explain those. I have zinc, plastic, steel, and lead. So the zinc wheel weights come in stick-ons. You can see there, it's got the ZN on it for zinc. Then we also get the ones that look like lead wheel weights, but they say MZZN. The ZN is for zinc. Anytime you run across something that has ZN on it, it's zinc. Here's another one. And a fourth one. Here's the plastic wheel weights. Now the plastic wheel weights have a steel core covered in plastic with a steel clip. And the steel clip is molded into the plastic. Here we have different styles of steel wheel weights. These are two different styles of stick-ons. Then we have the clip-ons, which are formed and pressed together, the way that one is, and the way this one is. These here are lead wheel weights. These two are stick-on wheel weights, and these three are the clip-ons with the steel clip-on molded into the lead. Now the reason I keep the cutters around is if I question something that I don't believe is going to be lead. I've been fooled a couple times. You know, I went to pitch it and went, well, let me get my cutters out. And I'll go to test it. And when you test it, you can cut into the lead wheel weight very, very easily. Now sometimes, as you see in this one, see that little notch there? That's the wheel weight removal tool. When they take the weight off of the rim, it will actually notch and or cut the lead itself. So sometimes it's self-explanatory. You just got to get used to doing it. And I've done enough wheel weights, I kind of know what's going on. But every once in a while you'll find one that doesn't have this ZN on it, and you'll just go, wow, I'm going to question this. So I'll take my cutters and I'll try to cut a notch into it. And if I slip off on it like that, it's zinc and it's going to go in the recyclable bucket. But I wanted to share this with you today. I'm going to get my tray up here and go over it a little bit more about how I do my process. You may do your process differently. If you have any comments or suggestions, put them below in the comment section. We'll be right back. Now here I have a tray that I use that I bought from the Dollar General store. It's just a baker's tray. It's just more convenient. So what I'll do is I'll go through and I'll pick out what is obvious as far as plastic and steel. You can do it your way. This is the way I do it. I just sort through these and pick out and put in the junk tray. And the junk tray will go for recycling. I'll take that to the local scrapyard, recycle it. If I come across a piece that I find to be questionable, I'll take my snips, and if I can cut it or indent it, then it goes in the good bucket. Now I'm finding that I'm losing 20 to 25% on my wheel weights with the junk ones. Now I'm very fortunate. I have a best friend from high school who owns an automotive repair and tire shop. So when he gets a bucket full of wheel weights, he calls me to come and get them, and I just exchange buckets with him. Not everybody's this fortunate, but in my area where I live, oh, see, here's one I have not come across yet. That is a zinc stick-on wheel weight. I'm sure these are going to be popping their ugly heads up. And we also get the rubber ones, rubber wheel weights, the stick-ons, which are kind of odd, but I mean, that is a dense, heavy rubber. You know, in my area where I live, most tire shops will sell you a 5-gallon bucket of wheel weights for $25 to $40. And you're going to be tossing 25% of them out naturally, but that's okay. Because in my mind, in my book, that's worth it. There was a good one. Now, when they take it off, you can see where it's got the little indentation, where the weight remover tool already did the cut for you, so you don't have to do that if you don't want to. Here's another zinc one. That's going to go in the bad bucket, the recyclable bucket, as well as the steel. But I wanted to share this with you in this little series I'm doing on processing lead and casting bullets. There's more of those zinc wheel weights, the stick-on zinc. So I wanted to share this little tidbit with you on properly sorting your wheel weights out. And when I'm done, I'll have roughly a 25, maybe 30% loss. But out of a 5-gallon bucket, it's not much. I mean, you still end up with 3.5, 4 gallons of wheel weights. And then you have to account for when you're processing them, of the clips themselves. And the clips, I dish the clips out with, in the previous video of me remaking ingots, I use one of those deep fry wire mesh food extractors, to get the grease off. I use one of those to get the clips out of the lead itself. I mean, you can do it your way, use your process. That's what this is all about. It's all about learning to do things. Learning how to do all this. So I am going to get to sorting this. I've got a 5-gallon bucket to do. So I just wanted to share this little tidbit with you. So with that being said, thank you very much for watching. If you're liking what I'm doing, please subscribe down below. Hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to continue this series of processing lead wheel weights to ingots to casting bullets. Thank you very much for watching, and always remember to keep blowing the smoke.